Hey guys, okay, so here is my first YouTube video and I'm so excited that y'all are tuning in to watch it. I did a makeup tutorial just for my everyday look. I am not really drastic on the makeup in the makeup department, so this is what it turned out to look like. I did take my lash extensions off, which I'll mention, so my everyday, I really don't do much to them. Yeah, let's jump right into it. So I just washed my face. Typically in the mornings, I don't do any cleanser or anything like that. I just wash it with water, warm water, and then pat it dry. So first I'm going to be putting on a moisturizer. I wouldn't really recommend, this is the one I'm using right now. I wouldn't really recommend using one with retinol in it because it's probably not good for your skin to use every single day, but I will use it right now. Now I'm gonna go in with the Beauty Blender, and I've just been using this for like the week. Typically, I'm not huge on full coverage, but today I'll be using the L'Oreal, there we go. I know there's controversy over these beauty blenders. I've only been using this too as long as I've been using this. So we shall see. You're supposed to get them wet before you use them. I can see where that can cause issues with like mildew, and I've thought about that. Then I just get my foundation, pat a few in my cheek area, mostly just to cover up my pores. And I'll usually put a little bit down here. After that, I will go in with one of my favorite products. There we go. Charlotte Tilbury Healthy Glow, and so it's a tinted moisturizer. I typically just use it around my forehead up here, and then I'll go on my cheekbones, almost using it kind of as a bronzer, and then sometimes a little bit around my jawline. My favorite thing to use is actually my hands, and just be real tender and gentle and just pat it on. And also when I apply my makeup, always push, or not really push, but apply it going up. Gravity is not our friend as we age, so we want to make sure and be careful. Tugging on our face every single day is just really not good for it. When I bought this product, I had a question of whether it was like a self-tanner in the sense that it actually tans your skin, or do you just put it on and it makes you tan for while you're wearing it. Again, love this product. Smells really great, which like ranks really high with me, but it only tints your makeup and face while you have it on. As soon as you wash it off, you're back to your normal shade. And I am not one to spend tons of money on makeup, so let me tell you that much. So these are my lifesaver. These have been my favorite makeup for years and years. You can buy them at Kroger, Walgreens, any drugstore. They're very inexpensive, so good. And it's the L'Oreal True Match. And I'm gonna use the shade N3. So they come in N, W, and C, I think. So N stands for neutral, W warm, C like a cooler shade. I'm gonna be using a Kabuki, I don't know the name of this brush, y'all, but it's e.l.f. So another inexpensive brush. There we go, e.l.f. brush. Been using it for years. I do occasionally clean it off, which is good. So then I'm just gonna be real with y'all too. I never do my makeup with my hair all the way down. Usually use this clip to at least pick up my bangs so it's just out of my face. So then I'm gonna go in and apply this powder just all over my face. This part's the easy part too because you can't really get out of the lines with powder. Okay. Next step I do is blush. Again, using the L'Oreal products. This shade is gonna be N5 and 6. It is called Apricot Kiss. Just pat down on my actual blush just to pick up just enough and work it into my cheeks. Some people smile, I like to just pull them tighter so I can really accentuate the bone. Here comes the fun part. For concealer, I have been using this NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer in the shade CW02. So here's that. And I'll link all these products below as well. And again, guys, this is literally like $5, I think, so very inexpensive. Just put it on under my eyes. Never really work on too much. unless it's like a really big event I'm going to or something like that. I'll just apply it under here. And you can use brushes or your fingers, but if you do, make sure and use your ring finger for under your eyes because it's the most gentle. Okay, done with the concealer. So now, which I just recently started doing, going in again with NYX products. They are very inexpensive. The ones I have been using, I found that they just really work well. So why spend a ton of money? I'm gonna be using this NYX setting powder. It's translucent, so it actually looks white, which sometimes is a little bit concerning, but it really goes on great. So I'll just put my beauty blender, I'll just pat that around here. Recently, I've heard about baking and not like cookies. Baking your face, especially if you deal with oily skin, which I do. You can put this setting powder a little thicker than usual on your T-zone and everywhere you get oily, and you leave it on for a while and then you brush it off. Oh my gosh, I think I'm making a mess. So I'll leave that on for the time being and go to my eyeshadows. Right now I'm using this palette. If we're being 100% honest, I got it at TJ Maxx, guys, for $4.99. But it just comes with all the shades that I really enjoy. You can definitely see the ones that I use quite often. Go in with, let's see. So this is gonna be a precision shadow brush. I'll just go in with a very, very neutral tone and brush all over the lid. Won't really be able to see this, but it will help for not creasing your makeup and stuff. And just a good foundation. Who doesn't want that? On the top of this, all of these are matte, and then all of these have like a shimmer. So it's the best of both worlds. Typically I stick with the matte. Sometimes I'll go in and just brush shimmer on top of it. And even sometimes under, honestly guys, like right in my tear duct and just right under my bottom lash line. Since I'm not wearing this makeup for a long time, I'm about to brush this translucent powder off. If you're going for a longer day of wearing the makeup all day long, then I would let it sit and bake until you finish your eyeshadow. For me right now, not a big deal. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. Next step is, I'm gonna go in with this brush, which has a bigger head on it. And I'm going to select this shade, this like rose goldy color, which is my go-to for my everyday look. And just apply it right into your lid crease. I'm usually pretty generous with this too, just because it doesn't need to be like stuck in certain lines. It can just kind of go a little bit of everywhere. So now I have that on a little bit. And once I'm happy with that, then I'll go back in with a darker brown tone, so this very end one. And for this one, I'll more so concentrate on the side of the crease and going up than the whole entire crease. You just want them to blend pretty well so that when you close your eyes, it's not like you have like lines of color on your eyes. Happy with those. Next, I'll go in and do my eyebrows. And sometimes I'll go in with a just big brush like this and just make sure that everything's kind of like cleaned up from the inside and doesn't go too far out as well. For my brows, honestly don't know where I got this. I'm using a brow pencil that has 2 different shades. Typically I'll just use the darker, but if you are going in to do your eyebrows and you're not sure what side you should use for which color, always do the darker shade towards the outside, and then you can do it in here too, but right at the edge, use a lighter shade. It just makes everything flow better and doesn't make your eyebrows look so harsh. Your edge closer to the beginning. And then I'll just go in and brush it. So this is also L'Oreal product, and it's 380 is the color. It's an eyebrow gel that just makes everything stay in place. And see, the difference between one eyebrow and the other. So now that I'm done with those, I can move on to my eyelashes. Also, typically at this step, I will go back in with this brush. I don't know if I showed y'all this one. It's very short, and I'll go back in with the white right here and right here. And I'll just go under my lower lash. And again, if you're going with a darker shade shadow, eyeshadow, then you can also bring like a neutral shade under here too from your eyeshadow. So like one of that, like that mauve color to bring it all together. But for my everyday, I just do white. For my eyelashes, I've been using this Lash Blast Volume Mascara. And it's CoverGirl. Okay, so I went back in and actually did eyeliner because I forgot to show y'all that step. So let's go in here. Now, pretty much done with the whole look. The only thing that makes me feel like everything is put together is lips. So I'm gonna show y'all that part, and I'm gonna show y'all a little trick that I like to use with some of the matte lip glosses that sometimes give you a little bit of trouble. For lips, I always start with, and sorry, this is like so torn up, but it's my favorite one, is the Burt's Bees Aki Berry. There we go. Absolute most favorite chapstick. And typically I'll actually do it when I'm starting to work on like my powder and my base so it can sit and like marinate for a little bit. After that, I will go in with a lip liner. This one is so small because I literally use it every single day. I'll go back in and line my lips. This color is called Raisin. It's Maybelline. I always have one side that's harder to line than the other. Okay. So I went around the outer edges, but I also like to go back and do inside the lines on the sides. And you can't tell much right now because I have chapstick on, but when I don't, the lines look very liney, and I'm kind of trying to blend them more than make them look like lines. Ugh, I think I got a hair on my mouth. I don't know. I will use another NYX product. It's the NYX Lingerie. Bedtime Matte Lip Gloss. So let me see. And it's one of my all-time favorites. I really do like this. Just went through a gloss phase and purchased some glosses. Love the way they go on, and I like the actual like shimmer of the gloss. But this bad boy stays on all day long. It keeps its color. When people put on matte lip glosses, it's a little bit dried out and your lips kind of like crease. The chapstick will definitely help that. And another thing with this is I only put on one, maybe 2 layers. Let me show y'all. I try to use as little as I can, which this will last me forever. Barely brush it on, very smooth. I try to cover my whole bottom lip, and then I'll go back around the edges of my top lip. And line those again, and it feels great. With the chapstick and with it drying with the chapstick underneath, that's literally all you need. Clean up the edges as much as you want. And I'm sure y'all can tell I did not do anything to my top lashes. So that's just being me and being real for my life right now. I got my lash extensions taken off, oh gosh, probably just a few weeks ago because I'd had them on for 1.5 years. Just timing issue. But when I do darker makeup, like for my engagement was the last time I wore these bad boys, but I purchased some Ardell, I hope I'm saying that right, lashes, and these are the Demi Wispies. Also be careful because these on me, they look huge, and I think it's because like my eyelids are not huge. So be careful on the length of those. I need to go buy some everyday lashes because these will just be for like special occasions or when I'm going out. This is my finished look. I'm so glad y'all sat through my first YouTube video and watched me.